So today we're going to talk about something I discovered on the internet kind of by accident. It was basically talking about this company called Ambrosia that takes the blood of young children and sells it to rich people so that they can become younger. The company was founded by Jesse Karmazin, and then the clinical trials were run by David C. Wright, who is actually a doctor. So the whole practice of taking young people's blood and giving it to old people is called young blood transfusion. No, it's not referring to the song by 5 Seconds of Summer. Nor is it referring to the 1986 movie starring a baby-faced Rob Lowe. It is instead a pseudoscience, not at all endorsed by the scientific or medical community. Its advertised point is that it's supposed to heal diseases we have no cure for currently, but instead is really just being used by rich people to make themselves look younger. Let's hear Jesse Karmazin actually talk about this, because I found a video.
Hello.
I don't judge people on looks, but if I were to be making a movie, writing a villain who is using the guise of his failed medical license in order to sell the blood of children to rich people, he'd probably end up looking like this.
My name's Jesse Karmazin, and as you heard, I'm
Karmazin. Okay, I'll get it right now. From now on, it's Karmazin. I probably should have watched this video before. It's Karmazin. Jesse Karmazin. Okay, I pretend I said that all the time so far.
the founder of Ambrosia, and we're a company interested in making you young again. So
He's actually talking like super slow, and I don't have the attention span to actually pay attention, so I'm going to skip ahead a bit.
our idea is to use essentially excess blood from blood banks.
Excess blood from blood banks? I mean, the last time I checked, blood banks just don't have extra blood laying around. I mean, that's kind of like the point of ongoing donations.
And this is what it looks like. In fact, these are my parents, and they like the treatment. My dad said he felt very energetic putting up storm shelters for the recent hurricane, and my mother thought her skin improved.
He used his parents. He put the blood of children into his parents. And did you see how smug their faces were? They're like, yes, children's blood. Who does this? Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? He's going off of a non-blind trial with his parents, and then was like, yeah, this is scientific evidence. This is how scientific... This is how science works.
It's about 2 hours, and apparently it feels really good.
It really feels really good. The blood of children. Oh. I'm glad I paused on a still of the cast of Twilight. You know when someone puts up a still in an official scientific talk of Twilight, that you know this is a really, dedicated scientist, that he knows what he's talking about. So let's see. He's probably going to talk about how this is like vampires.
First, I want to say I know this sounds like vampires, but there may be a good reason for that.
I love how he was like, oh, this might sound like vampires. And you're right. Because, and it's just like, you'd think that if someone goes, oh, that medical thing you're doing, when you're putting the blood of children into older people, it kind of sounds like, vampires, you'd be like, no, not vampires, this is science. But he's like, oh, you think it's vampires? Well, that's because you're correct.
In the 17th century, a noblewoman in Hungary, Elizabeth Bathory, was actually executed for bathing in the blood of young women.
Yeah. Duh.
And apparently she was doing this to improve her appearance. And as our science is now demonstrating, well, there probably was a fact to these vampire legends.
He's using vampire legends as part of his evidence. As part of his scientific evidence. Vampires. Vampires.
It probably works, but it's not something we recommend.
We don't recommend bathing in it. That's just really ineffective. We just recommend just directly injecting blood of children into your bloodstream. You know, just like cut out the middleman of taking a bath and letting it soak through your pores. No, just direct injection of children's blood to your bloodstream.
To show that since transfusions are a really common medical procedure, there's really an ethical and safe way to do this.
No, there's not an ethical and safe way to do this, because we're just getting all of the other stuff out of the way. Yes, blood transfusions happen. Yes, blood donations happen. But when someone donates blood to something, normally it's with the thought, oh, this is going to someone in need. And if they're looking at young people specifically, like, I don't know if they're actually using the blood of children at this point. I was saying that people as young as 17 were a part of this blood donation. And at that point, you're getting into dangerous territory, because you're saying you're wanting the blood of young people. Like, where does that stop? You know, once you've gotten a 17-year-old, because they cannot consent by themselves to give blood. You have to have a parent's permission if you're under 18 to donate blood. So could you imagine, like, a 16-year-old being like, oh, hey, Mom, can you sign this form? I'm giving blood to rich people so they can be young forever. Who does this? Who agrees to any of this? People put money in this. People buy this. I'll show you later their website, because then you'll see how much people are paying for this. But let's, you know, maybe I'm not even going to give him the benefit of the doubt anywhere in this. I was going to do it for a joke, but I can't. Let's continue. He's not an actual doctor, by the way, as well. It says Dr. Jesse... Oh, fuck. I forgot how to pronounce his last name. Karmazin. It was Karmazin. So he's not really actually a doctor, but it says Dr. Jesse Karmazin. Just seems so misleading, because he doesn't have a license to practice medicine. Bottom line, whatever you want to call him, doctor, whatever, he still does not have a license to practice medicine. You can't change that fact, and he's talking as though he can.
And I totally understand that it's sort of a interesting and perhaps even creepy idea.
Oh shit, it's a creepy idea. The frame I paused it on with his face, it almost looks like he slightly regrets this. Like he realizes, you know, finally standing in front of this crowd of people, which I'm so curious about who is making up this crowd and like what their thoughts are in this moment. But I feel for the first time, I see regret in his eyes. I can't tell though if it's regret or just like extreme smarminess. Like, is it regret or like, I'm getting away with this?
We actually are still treating patients at our 2 clinics. We have one in San Francisco, another in Florida. And we've just treated our 100th patient.
100 people. I think I saw in the Wikipedia it was $8,000 for one of these treatments. So, I mean, if you have 100 people with an $8,000 treatment, that's $800,000. $100,000. And this was back in February of 2018. So that was almost a year ago. He's a millionaire off of this. So now that we watched the video, I'm gonna go to the website. Such a normal website. You got this little like calming video of just some plants swinging in the wind. Here we go. Young plasma treatments are infusions of plasma from young donors who are in the age range of 16 to 25. 16! What did I say before? 16! That's a child! So you can get 1 liter for $8,000, pretty good deal, but if you want to get a real sweet deal, just buy 2 liters right away for $12,000. Might as well, you know, that's a better deal. It's a better deal. I love this section. It's just called Science. Donor plasma is screened rigorously. Potential donors should contact their local blood banks to give blood. We do not work directly with donors themselves. They really do just go up to like Red Cross and just go, hey, can I buy some blood? So the science section says a clinical trial in 2016 studied the benefits of young plasma. That's all you need to know, right? It doesn't even say if it worked or not. It just says that there was a clinical trial, that it happened. Oh, contact. Let's see. Fuck you. Send. Whatever. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I know it's been a while since I posted before, but I'm back. I'm going to be doing videos like this where I find something I find either interesting or ridiculous or absolutely evil, like in this case, and I'm just going to talk about it. Stuff that maybe most people haven't talked about before, or stuff people have talked about but I have my own opinions on. So that's why this little segment series thing is going to be called I Have Opinions, because I have them. And I figure I might as well share them. So if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Share with your friends, and make sure to follow me on social media. I have an Instagram, Twitter. The link should be on my face somewhere. Until next time, don't steal the blood of children.